All right, welcome back, everyone, to Total Nonstop Impact Talk for Impact fans, right here on the YouTube and the Twitch, and wherever our audience, catches their audio worldwide, baby, all over the place. Just Google "We Talk Impact." To my left, you're right, Mr. Front Row Bill joining us. Alicia will be joining us a little later, I believe. Bill, how you doing?
Doing good, J-Bone. Doing good. It's a Thursday, our favorite day of the week, we're ready to talk some Impact on the Access TV and the TNA Plus app.
We are here.
Wherever you get your TNA worldwide. But no, we're still feeling that fallout from Slammiversary, and we are now approaching Emergence and the road. It's official, J-Bone. Tickets are the pre-sale tickets went on sale, according to Nick Nemeth, record-breaking pre-sale tickets for Bound for Glory in Lowell, Massachusetts. So the road for Bound for Glory is upon us.
Is that Ryan Nemeth's big brother?
Big brother.
That just cracks me up every time he says that. Yeah, that's great. That's great to hear. And a nice little audience. I say little just because it's, compared to Slammiversary, everything feels little now. But it was nice for, Rhode Island. I think you and I talked a week ago or so about being in Rhode Island. Like, when's the last time they were in Rhode Island? And you thought maybe like 10 years ago or something like that. So
Quite
not bad. Not bad.
Yeah, and just FYI, obviously, for the most part, what you saw tonight was taped that same night as the live show, before and after the show.
Right.
So it's the same crowd for the most part. Starting next week, you'll see a little, because it was, I talked about it on the show we did on Saturday.
Right.
It was a very different crowd on the following night. It was
that's good.
A lot of times you have a heavy remaining crowd from the night before, and there was definitely some, but it was a lot of new people. Like, it was one of the most noticeable, where it's like, hey, who was here last night and who's first time, and it was a lot of first timers.
Well, there you go,
which is great to see. That's what they're trying to do.
Dr. Gerb says 2007 in the chat. Speaking of Dr. Gerbs, I want to let you all know, before we dive into some news, the channel is monetized again. So I want to jump right into these and thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. I made sure I put a little note at the top of the chat before the show went live, letting you guys know, saying, hey, the channel's monetized again. There's just a couple little things behind the scenes we're working on. But after many, many weeks of patience, and you guys come through. We love you guys. Thank you so much. It helps us a lot. Super chat from Dr. Gerbs, $20 says, Madvacat, you already know. Welcome, one of the newest sent Wham Bam. Wham. That reminds me of someone. Amber, bam. Amber, Jasmine, Lavender, Sandalwood, and Oakmoss.
Oakmoss? Go with Oakmoss.
Something like that. Scent of Steve from GWC, Jiminy Christmas. Moreland, owner of Greatest Wrestling Collection Museum in Detroit. Masha at Gathering Suite. All right. And I also want to recognize a little further down the chat here. We got Bell's Boy. Thank you so much. Super chat, $20. So Lana Cross shows up at AEW tonight. Very interesting. I've heard that name recently. Don't know a lot about her.
Hashtag free agent.
Oh, free agent. Oh, there you go. international free agent, I hear.
Yes, now residing in the States, but
Okay.
I'll-
Okay. Summerfest is this weekend. Well, Summerfest in my neck of the woods was a few weeks ago. TNA's top singles titles belong to outsiders. Ick. What are you going to do? And Santana should be champ now, not wait 3 months for Bound for Glory. Have a nice day. Well, there you go. There's that opinion.
shout out to Mick Foley.
Yeah, right. Have a nice day. And I hear you. I know there's a lot of people that were upset about Slammiversary, but
Not me.
well, yeah, and Bill in our private chat put it. I'm trying to remember the wording you used that might put a few people at rest about the situation, and you said something to the effect of long-term storytelling as opposed to a quick fix.
Yes,
Something
like
to that effect.
yeah, you're playing when you do. Hey, it's moments, and
Yeah.
wrestling is about moments. But there's short-term moments and there's long-term storytelling.
Right.
And Mike Santana, New York, not his backyard, but close enough where everyone's like, that's got to be the angle. Like, he's got to win it. Confetti falls, raise him up in the ring, get that AJ Styles moment from years ago. And that'd been great for the capacity 76, whatever crowd that was there. But then where do you go from there?
Right.
With your face champion that just had that moment.
Yeah.
Does that give you the buzz for a week, a month, multiple months?
Yeah. Yeah.
The chase is where it's at. And what did we see right after this? Even though I supported it as it was going on, you see the guy that holds the belt, he's outsider from NXT, doing a in-ring promo with the Phenom with that belt. You see that belt all over their television right now.
Yeah.
Like it's everywhere. Like, and I think we still got to say there is that broadcast rights deal that Carlos Silva and company's all working towards. That does play a part in all this.
Yeah.
Like you're waiting for kind of that moment. And hey, I know everyone's just going with you do it at Bound for Glory. And then it's the Bound for Glory versus Slammiversary. I'm not saying it's happening at Bound for Glory.
Right. You never know.
We already got to get to Emergence. We got some other specials. I think it might be Genesis. Genesis. Look at the branding of that name, Genesis.
Right. Yeah.
As the big pay-per-view to start the year, and you'll have a new TV deal or streaming deal in play.
Possibly.
That's the time that you make a switch.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you want to get eyes on the product. Yeah.
Because, and what is your NXT? Like, and I like the whole idea, like I said, once Jacy defeated Masha, and that's what they're doing. They're doing NXT versus TNA. Now, can an angle like that be played out? Of course it can. But right now, we haven't really gotten the full NXT versus TNA angle. And that's what we're getting going into this, going into Bound for Glory, and obviously into whatever this new deal is to start next year. So I'm definitely in favor of it. I get if you're not, but once again, I look at it. Yeah, the crowd would have popped. They sent some fans home not happy, but I wasn't one of them.
Right.
And I still think Santana will be world champion. Like he will be world champion at some point, just like a lot of other people.
Listen to that promo tonight.
The quick payoff. It's just one of those things where it can make sense. It can be a long term, but I just don't know if that was going to be it. I feel this. I hate to say it because it's a line in wrestling. It was best for business.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like, and there's people that are going to agree with you, and there's people that are going to disagree. But I get it. Yeah. Also want to recognize here, and we'll recognize them throughout the show. Just a guy, super chat, $1.99. Thank you very much. Says update on Joe Doring. So he asked me during the live chat, and I said I really didn't. I have any knowledge of any updates. Also, Bill, money. it cracks me up, and I love it every time. Francis is next to you or Casey or whoever. They're just muddy. It's like, man, Bill's just gonna get the official invite one of these days. He's gonna be in the ring, and they're gonna be like, "You, sir, are first class," and Bill's just gonna start moonwalking all over the place. I know it. But no, back to Joe Doring. Do you know? Have you heard anything recently at all?
I have not. Like I said, I saw him a couple years ago when he came out to Windsor, and I have not heard an update since. Obviously, we were all here very big fans of Joe Doring beforehand. Obviously, I got my Joe Doring shirt from his first battle with cancer, and obviously the second time, obviously I'm sure even tougher than next time you do it. So still wishing him the best. Thoughts are with him. I'm hoping that we do see an update and in the near future because that cancer, and I know it just came up again because I wanted to bring this up in the news as well, J-Bone. But another friend of the TNA family, a member of it for quite a while, Jeff Kavanaugh, who goes by Drummer Boy, who also did he was a lot of behind the scenes in TNA for a number of years. And then also obviously did some ring announcing as well, involved with Border City as well. He just got out there. One of his associates put out a GoFundMe because he's battling cancer now.
Okay.
So wishing him the best as well. I'll make sure to get that information out there. But I know he's very tight with Joe Doring. That's kind of the thing. That's why this cancer is just one of those things out there that the more we can do to try to stop it, it's one of those things that nobody's safe from it. Nobody's safe from it. And you only can try to fight it off. But yeah, definitely. I always keep my eyes open, my ears listening to whatever's going on with if I ever hear anybody saying anything about Joe Doring, because I do know some people that are more in contact with him, but I have not heard anything recently, and I'm hoping that's a good thing where he's just continuing to battle it. But I know it's going to be a long road, just like with Chris Bay with his injury situation. But obviously we've been seeing those updates, and that's great what he's been able to accomplish so far. And obviously we can only wish the same for Joe Doring.
Yeah. Keep Joe Doring in your thoughts and prayers, well wishes. My dad just had another pretty positive meeting with the cancer doctor today. He's been going through some other health issues, but he's hanging in there. He's still, to our knowledge, he's still in remission. So
that's great. That's great to hear.
Go
Pops.
Go Pops. Yeah. Go pop a bone. Yeah. For having stage 4 cancer to be in remission. That's
that's great to hear. It's great. That's the news you like to hear, especially when you're hearing the bad news when you hear the other people getting it. But just like with everything else, hopefully you catch it. But obviously the whole stages and the later that just makes it tougher. It's even tougher fight to go up against. So only can wish everyone the best in these situations.
Yeah, Pop is tough. He's talk about heroes. We're talking about heroes the last few weeks with Ozzy and Hogan and stuff like that. And my dad is definitely one of my biggest heroes right now. I told him tonight. He's been a little weaker lately. He's been fighting some other stuff, but I got him out of the house first time in several weeks, and I told him tonight as I was getting him ready for bed. I said, "Hey, I'm proud of you." I said, "I know you've been through a lot lately, but you're just taking it one day at a time, and you do what you can every single day. So." Yeah, thanks, guys. Shoulder, yeah, he's kicking out. Yeah,
Yeah, no sell that thing, Papa Boone.
That's right. So yeah. So yeah, he's doing good, and thank you guys for all the super chats. Keep them coming. It's a great way to help the channel grow. Keeps us in the what was that? Keeps us in the black. I guess you could say.
Yeah, we don't want to be like a wrestling company in the red. Ah.
No, because there are a few services we do pay for. We pay for the restream, and we also pay for the audio that goes all over the place. Worldwide, baby. Yes. And so yeah, it all helps. And then we
need more bells and whistles.
Yeah, right.
They're not free.
Yeah. And and thanks to a site like Restream that keeps it at a decent price. And we got a great offer. That's why we switched over from StreamYard. And yeah. So thank you, everyone. Keep them coming. And the memberships are open too. Whatever, it's we're not saying everyone's got to donate this and donate that. No, we're never like that. We appreciate everything. It's all love. And if anything, you guys know what to do. Smash that like button, smash that sub button, ring that bell for notifications. So, all right. Let's jump into a little bit of news. We were already talking a little bit, but let's see here. Oh, they finally posted the results. All right, so we got Emergence coming up. And that is on August 15th. So about 2 weeks away. Friday, August 15th. And then the day after is a day of tapings. So I love the promo pic they got for that. It is good stuff. So we they'll build the card over the next 2 weeks. We got 2 matches, and I tell you what, either one of these could be a headlining match in my professional podcasting opinion. We've got the X Division Championship, which was we'll get into the verbiage later, but it cracked me up. Cedric Alexander going after that title of Leon Slater's. Leon Slater, of course, like we've said before, is the youngest X Division championship, and Cedric Alexander wanted that shot, but he didn't get pinned. I'll just jump into it. The back and forth between those two cracked me up today. I'm serious. It's like he's like, but you didn't pin me. But I won. I'm champ. And she's like, but you didn't pin me. It's like, you guys.
Pins matter, J-Bone, as we saw later in the show.
Right. And so now coming out of the main event, which we'll get into eventually, of Emergence, it looks like it's going to be possibly the main event is Trick Williams.
Oh, what's the main event, J-Bone?
Yeah, it probably will be. I'm just saying it's both titles are just they're high spotlights of the company right now. Both of these are going to be banger matches. Especially this match though. Holy cow! TNA World Championship on the line. It is, and I know you're going to be bouncing off the walls for this one. Trick Williams, from NXT defending his title, TNA World Championship against Moose. Very excited to see that.
The face of the franchise.
Yeah, the face of the franchise. For me personally, I didn't care if it was going to be Moose or Eddie Edwards. I would have taken either one. It kind of felt like one of them was coming just because of what happened last week. But you never know in wrestling. But yeah, great to see. Justin Guy wants to see Amazing Red. Hey, maybe someday.
He was in attendance at Slammiversary. Like he put up like a shot, like he was there.
Oh,
But
really?
we did not see him. It was like an understated. They did not make a big deal, and that may have been by his own design. He may not have wanted to take spotlight
maybe.
away, but he was there. He was in the building.
See, and I would have been like, man, just not that he has to be in the ring with AJ Styles, but man, give that kid some just the opportunity to give that kid some flowers and his legacy. Hall of Fame someday for sure. Like if we can't get AJ soon, please get Amazing Red in there, because dude, I remember all those matches. I shouldn't say I remember all the matches. Let me rephrase that, because no, the bone. It's all a little fuzzy for the Bone Man. But between Trent and Bill and I talking about those Asylum years, Amazing Red was all over them, and it was so fun to watch those. The birth of the X Division, AJ Styles, Amazing Red, X-Pac, Kaz, Chris Sabin, Hail Sabin. Oh my God. Just so many good, so much fun, And a lot of ones that like aren't really wrestling anymore to my knowledge, but we had just, names that kind of just went away after a year or two. There was a Jason something, and it was like a tall kid. Remember that one?
There was a lot of people during that era. Are you talking about the cousin of Shawn Michaels?
No, there was him too. That was Jayne something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He had a couple names, Matt something, Jayne something.
Yeah, Michael Shane. That's who I was thinking.
Michael Shane. Yeah. But no, there was a Jason. It was like a Jason Cross or something.
Wasn't there you go.
Jason Cross. He was tall, with like a tall, lanky dude, and damn near killed himself with his finisher every week. We were like, oh my God. Yeah, so many. The Flying Elvises.
Always go back on the channel and see a lot of that content.
Get that TNA Plus. Yeah, especially because like this week it was live on the TNA Plus.
Yeah, watch on the TNA Plus and then watch our reviews.
There you go.
You can just be just like this weekly. You can do it just like this.
Back to back. Yep.
Take a night of the week. We used to do Throwback Tuesdays after your NXT.
Yeah. Oh, he says Matt Cross. Was it Matt Cross?
Matt Cross was the guy that was in Lucha Underground.
Oh yeah, with the mask on, the helmet, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was that guy. Yeah. No, I'm thinking of Matt Cross might have been in there for a match or two, but I'm thinking of Jason Cross. Well, Matt Cross was great too. Miss Lucha Underground. Anyways. Do it in reverse. Watch us and then watch the show. Well, all right. That's to each their own. And then also regarding, let's see, because that's going to be in, where is that going to be? Baltimore. Okay, Baltimore, Maryland, and the day before looks like the Thursday before, and it's at Jimmy's Famous Seafood.
Mm-hmm.
So around the time that TNA is on, so I'm guessing they're gonna have like TNA live on there at Jimmy's Seafood is my guess, but in Baltimore, Maryland. They're going to have a Q&A and photos with the Hardys, the tag team champs, Thursday, August 14th to 7 p.m., Baltimore, Maryland, Jimmy's Famous
Nice
Seafood.
lead-in for
And it's
Emergence and the TV taping.
I saw the headline of this and I'm like, what the hell is this? And then I had like read the whole thing and I'm like, okay, I get it. But the event is called Tables, Ladders, and Crabs. And I'm like,
not necessarily in that order.
What? I'm like, crabs. What are we doing with the crabs? And I'm like, oh wait, Jimmy's Seafood. Okay, I get it. It just
Crabs, J-Bone, crabs,
Mr. Krabs. No. So yeah, is that something you're going to be going to, Bill?
Probably not, J-Bone. Well, it's like a meet and greet type thing.
Yeah.
But it's because I'll probably wind up heading it down on Friday to ball. But once again, I think you always think these places that I say are not as far as others are around the corner.
Yeah.
It's still a hike. So I'll probably just make my way down there for the shows. But it's closer than a lot of these other ones. Heck, I made my way up for the softball game and headed back home afterwards. So we'll see. We'll see as it gets closer. But I consider it more a Hardy event than a TNA event.
Okay.
And the Hardys do a lot of events. They're doing one tomorrow.
So one thing
up in Mania area. I mean SummerSlam area.
Okay.
You know, the new biggest show of the year. Forget WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah. Of course. So all right. So little Silver Jackson here on the Twitch says TNA
it's been the last few weeks.
Impact Access TV every Thursdays at new time at 9/8 Central. Okay. So
but still on the app, it's an hour earlier.
Okay. So it's still gonna be 7:00 my time.
Yeah, like on the app, it's not changing. It's just for this has been like this for weeks, J-Bone.
Okay. Well, because it was the whole YouTube thing too that I didn't know like where to recommend people to watch it. It was all
if you're watching on Access TV, then like I said, it's still over right now. But we started. It's much tighter of it because technically we're going live with the news and the banter. But this is the TNI show. No review officially starts until every show is over somewhere.
Yeah, there you go.
I can guarantee it.
Yeah. So.
But honestly, I'd have to take a look with the whole. I don't know if this is playing into that resulting broadcast streaming deal. I don't know why the change to 9:00. Like I thought that was just going to be like for like a week. But I'm not sure why that's currently going on. I don't really know the reasoning behind it. It feels like that's because if I'm just interpreting it, by them moving it to 9, it's no longer first broadcast rights. It's on the app right now, first broadcast rights.
Oh.
So that, to me, makes me feel like that deal, this is all in place for the change. Because now, technically, Access TV isn't your first broadcast carrier. It's the app right now. So whoever that new broadcast carrier is will take I assume it will go back to 8 p.m.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm sure depending on who it is, they
and obviously it could be affected by if they go to like a certain network, like if it's USA, CW, Sci-Fi, A&E, whatever, like it could depend on what they prefer.
Yeah, and that may affect the TNA Plus. I don't know.
Correct.
Yeah. I mean, and if it gets to a significant enough,
because they're going to want first broadcast rights.
Oh,
I
sure.
guarantee you, wherever if they're on a major platform, it's airing there first.
Right. And that makes sense. That's
it's at least
good business,
if they don't have a streaming service, it could be at the same time. But we'll see.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see what happens, but it feels like they're warming up for something. Something's going to happen.
Just a guy, just some knowledge on our guy Jason Cross, who did that sick finisher in the early Asylum era. J-Bone, info for you. Guy you want to know is named Jason Cross, confirmed.
Okay.
He's retired and collects taxidermy replicas of famous television cats, says Wiki. If that's correct, that's a wild ending. Collecting famous television. Honestly, here's the question, J-Bone. Who's a famous television cat? I know famous television dogs. I don't know many famous television cats.
There was wasn't there a cat on
that were like real cats?
Yeah, this wasn't a real cat. I'm just trying
Most
to
of them are fake cats on
the first
TV
thing
shows.
I thought of was like, wasn't there Sabrina the Teenage
fake
Witch
cat
that had some kind of cat on it or something?
I think that was a fake cat.
Yeah, it was, but I'm just saying that's like the first thing.
Because that was a talking cat, and it wasn't
right.
Mr. Ed with the peanut butter.
There was Mr. Ed the talking horse. There was Lassie always talked. Flipper the dolphin talked.
Because we know cats, J-Bone, like you have your cats.
I know cats.
I grew up with cats, and cats don't listen to direction. Like kudos to those Hollywood cat wranglers that keep their cats in line. Most of them do not.
It's all in the editing. It's all in the yeah. Morris from 9 Lives. Yeah, there you go. I grew up on Tom and Jerry.
There you go.
Yeah, Morris, the commercial.
Other than the commercial cats, the Sheba cat food cat, all the cat food cats.
Oh, Sheba cat. How hoity-toity of a cat can you get? Oh my goodness.
Do we have any famous TNA cats?
Besides this cat on this podcast.
I don't think so. Maybe years ago. I think he only had a brief appearance during the Asylum era pre-cat, and then he did have his cat for the Impact versus Lucha Underground. Teddy Hart had his cat with him when he was part of his entrance. His cat.
Oh, that's right. Teddy always had a cat with him. He'd put him on a turnbuckle on a pillow or something.
Yes. So if he had become at the time more of a fixture, then we would have had a TNA official cat. EC3 had cats. EC3 had cats. I don't know if he ever put them on TV, but yet he did. Like he would social media his cats a lot. Back then.
Yeah, I will say this about Teddy Hart. I know there's a lot of controversies surrounding him. Later post MLW and drug trouble and girlfriend trouble and all that stuff. My own personal experience when I met him in MLW in 2019, he was one of my favorites. I loved him, and he spent some time talking to me when I
very personable.
He was very nice to his fans. I'll give him that. But troubles outside of the ring, that's obviously another subject. But for what it was at the time, I appreciated him. And he had his cat with him.
He definitely had his cat with him.
Yeah. But talking cats, gosh, I cannot. Now, what was her name in the Munsters? the mother, in the series, Herman,
and
then
Herman and
the dad and the mom. I cannot think of their names, but she always held a cat. But that cat that didn't talk, right?
J-Bone, you're here. And I
don't think it goes back
watched
a bit.
some Munster reruns about 25 years ago.
Yeah.
So not at the tip of my tongue.
So, all right. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of like any.
We'll just leave it with Ernest the Cat Miller. Thank you.
Yeah, there we go. He talked a lot. Yeah. He was actually at Goldberg's retirement match. Did you see that?
I did see that.
He was. He walked them to the ring. Yeah. Lily Munster.
Oh, there it is, Lily.
There it is.
Was
See,
Lily.
Love our audience. Love it. So when the Bone Man draws a blank, you guys are there. Thank you. And Bill sometimes too. All right. I think that's it for news. Unless you got something else you want to throw in there. I think we spent enough time on it.
Yeah, we can touch on anything else as we're going through, but
yeah.
Like I know I'm not really going to dignify. I know some people are probably going to say it, but there's a dirt sheet out there that was making a big deal about TNA contract updates that were all kind of already known when they initially signed their deals. So
to
me, that's not really news.
That's so stupid.
But,
by the way,
that contract that was announced at this time 1 year ago for 3 years or 2 years, guess what? It still is that long.
Did you hear that Jordan Grace's contract is? Wait. Shut up. Shut up, use. All right. July 31st.
And we give that away for free.
Right.
As in, just stating the obvious.
You ain't gotta pay for
that. You don't gotta pay for that.
You ain't gotta pay for that. July 31st, 2025. TNA Impact starting out hot. I thought this was going to be the main event tonight, Bill. We got the X Division title on the line. Leon Slater defending against Jason Hotch and Cedric Alexander.
Your classic way of a three-way match. That's what the X Division was built on.
Talk about I can't keep a straight face when I see stuff like this.
You got to pull Fallon's look off there.
For
the people, J-Bone, you got to do it. The people need it. Oh, it's almost there. Oh, wait, a little more. Just give yourself a little more scoot up.
There you go.
That's pretty good. Now you got the bandana under the hat. You're like Bret Michaels right now.
Bret Michaels. There we go. For the glam.
That's what you're going for.
I'm as bald as him, too. I'm just kidding. I have no idea what his hair is like. There we go. You're welcome. All right. X Division title on the line. Love this match. Great back and forth. Jason Hotch gets pinned here. Cedric Alexander, obviously wanting that rematch. He's got it at Emergence. Bill, what'd you think of this opening match?
No, I'm with you. I thought this was, you got three guys that can really go. Like, this is the X Division that this company was built on with these type of individuals in it. Like Leon, obviously youngest X Division champion of all time. He's always showing out. I've been a big proponent of Jason Hotch since the first time I saw him in person. And Cedric, ever since the Ring of Honor days, like he's prime for this division, if you get what I'm saying, Jay.
Oh, absolutely.
So this was a great way to start the show. The thing with the X Division, you can always go to the X Division to start a show, like in TNA. That's always a tried and true format from the day this company opened. The X Division, the start. You can start it, you can close with it. It's one of those type of divisions that can always do it. So no, and I thought this was a nice way for both Leon to get a victory, and also you kind of these type of matches do line up. Just you can't go to it all the time, because if always the guy that doesn't get pinned then becomes a number one contender, that would be too much. So I see it here. It's just one of those things you can do that occasionally. You just can't do it too much. Like if that becomes a recipe, then it becomes too like. And we'll talk about that later with the tag match with the whole. All right, you pin the champ, because TNA does that a lot. Probably too much for my liking, where a champion gets pinned in some type of tag match, and that results in a number one contendership. That becomes a little bit too easy to make you a contender. And I get it. Hey, you pin a champ, you should get a shot on that. But I think TNA maybe goes at that a little too much over the years. But I think it's a good angle. You just got to space it out. Let it breathe.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, Little Silver in the chat here from the Twitch says that the first triple threat match for the X Division Championship, which haven't been done since 2005. I thought he worded it that the first one was in 2005. Actually, it had to have been earlier than that. But
no, they've done it. Yeah, they did it before that too. But no, like they've done triple threats, but with the title on the line, that's probably correct. They've done it for like contenderships.
I thought they said they did it like a year ago.
An actual three-way?
I thought that's what. Maybe I misunderstood him. I thought Hannafin said that a triple threat for the title, X Division title hasn't happened in a calendar year or something like that. I could. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought that's what it was.
I'll get it confirmed, J-Bone. I'm on it.
He's on it. Someone get the.
A lot of times they do it as a qualifier. I'm just saying.
Oh, John Palmer said that is what they said. Okay, that's what I thought they said.
Well, it definitely happened at Rebellion 22. So it's so I don't know if they. So I have to look at the one that was a year ago. But they've done them. They don't do them all the time. I think they do space them out enough, which is good.
Yeah. So, but Gary. Hopefully, Alicia will make an appearance here. I know she was behind, but I told her just to pop in whenever she gets done watching the show.
If it gets too late, then on the East Coast, she might decide to bag it. We'll see.
Yeah. So, but great opening match here. It really did feel like it's and nothing against Moose. Moose was a great champ. It was great to have someone different, not so.
He added his aura to the X Division, J-Bone.
It was. It wasn't Ace Austin. It wasn't Chris Bay. It wasn't Trey Miguel. It was a whole new thing. And now it kind of going back to that, it's not a bad thing at all. It's, it feels like the good old days, Chris Sabin, Kaz, AJ Styles, those type of guys. So good stuff. And then we got a interview here with Masha and Gabby backstage. Gabby filling in for
the injured for now, Gia Miller.
For Gia Miller, yeah. We'll get an update on her later. Masha saying she wants to get that title back tonight from Jacy Jayne.
Contractual rematch.
Yes, contractual rematch. Cedric, and this is the part that I wrote LOL next to this. Cedric backstage with Leon. Leon saying, he's happy you won the title. Cedric saying, hey, congrats, but you didn't pin me, They went back and forth like
You
5 or
didn't
6
pin me.
times. You didn't pin me, but I'm still champ. But you didn't pin me, but I'm still champ. Could have been a song from the olden days. Could have made a song like that. It's hilarious. And then we got a great knockout tag team action here. We got Dani Luna tagging with Indi Hartwell versus Jody Threat. Blink and you miss her. That's my new nickname for her, Jody Threat, and Arianna Grace, which I must have missed the last Arianna Grace match because she just cracks me up. She's like,
She's fantastic.
Can someone please give her an invite to the Team Elegance? She just looks like she'd fit right in. She's wearing the sash. She walks elegant. She just oozes elegance.
She would be a good fit for Team Elegance. There's no doubt about that one, J-Bo.
And she's doing a run in TNA right now as it is. So why not,
I agree. I was worried when she kind of did some backstage stuff about her being done in her role as a liaison.
Oh,
it seemed we're not going to see Arianna. I'm gonna miss her. I enjoyed the liaison, but now we're getting her even more in ring. So I'm on board for it.
It's not a bad thing, and I don't know what it is. If it's just that the connection with her dad there, but it's great. I'm not complaining. It's good stuff. Mayor says, Bill, what was Dani Luna doing when she was thrown out of the ring? And that was a rough tumble. And they said on commentary that Arianna was sitting on the second rope, and that there was just enough room that Dani Luna looked like she was going to bounce off the ropes, but she went right through them. And she hit hard too. Holy cow.
Crash and burn.
So I don't know if that was on purpose or if that was an accident. I don't know what that was, but
who knows? It could be the mentorship of one Victoria Crawford.
Yeah. And maybe that's what she's like. Oh, hey, we can fix situations like that if you hire me, But they
Victoria
got the win.
Crawford offering her services. It reminds me of the old TNA days, when Sherry and Bobby Heenan were all offering their manager services to one Bobby Roode. Classic.
It is.
Now, just a guy here. I would never, ever say something like this. The Iceman. Now, I just want Arianna to be. I think she could coexist with the Elegance brand.
Oh, sure.
The Elegance brand doesn't exist without the Iceman.
No, the Iceman he's a Canadian treasure. He's a
former Canadian treasure.
Former.
I believe he's now Florida based.
Oh, is he? Okay.
I believe so. He's enough of this cold weather.
Yeah, right. Can't blame him. But yeah, he's a treasure. We love him. Friend of the show.
Friend of the show, the Iceman.
But yeah, what'd you think of this match?
Well, it was, and now just kind of behind the scenes, like how I said, this show was taped the same night as the live show.
Okay.
So when we see these teams out there, it's why are they together? So live, it's why are these teams teaming up together? And then it's I'm sure there's a backstage segment that will answer our questions, which it was last week, because we had the whole angle of Victoria Crawford and her services. So now it kind of all played out and it makes sense. So definitely by having this mix match team, you knew you were going to have some things maybe not go right. But obviously they're still leading into Indi, obviously, by getting that win over Tessa. at Slammiversary feels like she's right now in the driver's seat. Other than we know there's that number one contender and the contractual rematch on the hook, but she's right up there. And I know a lot of us, pretty much ever since Jordan left, have kind of put Dani Luna in that she could ascend to a top spot. But I don't know if this match helped her in that way, because they keep kind of going back in, because maybe they don't want to try to go there yet, because they keep going back to the Jody threat angle. Obviously, Spitfire with their tag history. So it makes me think they're not going to like kind of move on Dani, even though they did obviously get the win in this match. But she's kind of that powerhouse in the division potentially right now. So there's always a, like, you kind of have your eyes on Dani where she might ascend to in the division currently. But that division is getting very crowded right now.
Yeah. Yeah. So, quick question. John Palmer says, did anyone watch the Slammiversary Fade to Black special? Did you watch that yet, Bill?
I did watch it. I think it's 30.
It's about a half an
minutes
hour
long. Yeah, 30-something minutes long.
Yeah.
No, it's very good. But yeah, you got to get the subscription, the annual subscription. Did you watch it, J-Bone?
I did.
What'd you
I
think?
I loved it. It's just a little peek behind the scenes.
Yeah, a little peek behind the scenes. Like the AJ stuff's really good.
Yeah.
The conversations. It's all really good. It's all really good. Like the stuff with like Tom Hannafin is really good.
Yeah.
There's a couple, but everything there is like. And when are they doing it for the rest? Is it tomorrow? I'm trying to remember when it's going out to everybody. I forget.
Oh, I don't know.
Like, I assume it's almost like Explosion. It's like probably about a week later, but I'm not 100% positive.
It might be. I have not heard. I just assumed it was like one of those.
Oh, it's only going to be. Oh, it's just going to be exclusive for
it's
that.
Going to stay on the network. Yeah.
Okay.
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But that's what I thought it was. So
yeah, maybe longer. Maybe they'll treat it more like a pay-per-view, and it will be a little longer.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's good stuff. It's just a nice little bonus if you do. It's a good piece of original work. If you like the behind the scenes documentaries that they've done in the past for like the Fight Network, this ranks right up there with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it almost even gave off more of the impression of like an ESPN, like, even though I'm a big fan of those Fight Network specials, the Barbosa specials, this even came off more like a ESPN 30 for 30 type thing, or when HBO would do their specials on sports. Like that, I thought it was raised to another level.
Yeah. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
Dave, just because we were talking knockouts here, just a guy here mentioning Mara Sade is J-Bo's new favorite with the lollipop holder. I just, you could give me your opinion on that, J-Bone. However,
oh boy,
the more I think about it, because obviously we saw her debut. Well, her debut as a TNA roster member on the live episode, then announcing that she signed. But I've kind of, I had my initial reaction, and we talked about it on the show we did last Saturday night. And once again, thanks everybody for joining us there.
Yes.
But the more I've thought about it, I think she's going to be a superstar in TNA.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, I don't even, like, I kind of was saying that already, but I'm now convinced that, like, and I don't know the time frame, because I believe she's only still about 4 years in the business. I think this time next year, she might be the face of the division.
Oh, absolutely. And if she's not the face of the division, she's absolutely going to be champ.
Because obviously, like,
because you can be both or one or the other. Yeah.
I think you're going to be even more impressed. Like, I obviously she was in a tag team for most of her time in NXT, and you only saw a little bit of her in ring. So I think people were maybe a little more critical of her in ring, because you just didn't see a lot of it. But I think, like, she looked very competent but I think you're going to be even more impressed
Mhm.
as we go on here in ring. And once again, as we talked about a lot with a lot of the news lately, like with in ring charisma, it factor, she's
Oh,
got a lot of that going, and that's one of the biggest things.
absolutely.
Like she stands out. She stands out like a star, like just like Tessa does, just like a lot of others on in the knockouts.
Yeah.
But there's only like that's like, and there's other people in wrestling that they can be great in ring, like do everything the right way, but they might be missing something there. And it's just something that either comes naturally or you really work to do it. But usually it just comes naturally. And that's someone that has it. So just because the name popped up,
Yeah.
figured
So
give it a
yeah,
shot.
I did mention that during the live reaction. That's why he said that, because they were like, J-Bone, did you catch the close up with the lollipop? And I'm like, y'all are going to get
All
me in
about the
trouble.
lollipop, J-Bone.
Y'all are going to get me in trouble. And then she's got that little, I don't know what the heck that thing. J-Bone, she stole your gimmick. I'm like, yeah, but I want to know where she got the little thing. Like, oh, lollipop holder, and it had like glitter on it or something. I'm like, oh my God, I need one of those. It's a little weird though. It's like, oh no. Oh boy. All right. So yeah, I know that segment is somewhere later. I wrote it down.
Yeah,
here.
it's a little later.
It's towards the end, but nonetheless, yeah, great segment. She is absolutely going to be a star in this brand. Yeah, I was impressed because I enjoyed her first match with the. I keep wanting to say Iconics. It's inspiration.
Get inspired, J-Bone.
Inspiration. Yes.
There you go.
And then I am inspired. No, but then seeing this, because this is totally a side of Mara that I've never seen before, so good stuff. What do we got next here? Okay, Jake something. Talking about he wants another. It sounds like he wants another shot at the international title. Now that Mance Warner's out of the way, he thinks he is. We'll see about that. Macklin then kind of interrupts him, and they have a stare down. So yeah, short but sweet little segment there. Nemeth brothers versus Rascalz. Love the tag team action. We'll get into the. We'll talk about the promo afterwards, but first the match. What'd you think of the match, man?
No, once again, the Nemeths, I'll tell you, they've been obviously Nick. We're very familiar with him. He's going to be very good in the ring. And Ryan, obviously, we only saw bits and pieces of him before he came to TNA. And then most of his stuff was comedy when he came in. But he's improved. He's looking the part. He's blending well with his brother. I'm sure this is something that Nick wanted to do before coming here. He wanted to have that team with his brother. And I'll tell you, it's always interesting to see the reactions because it almost, like, obviously they're heels. They wear it on their gear. But depending on the crowd, they sometimes get a decent reaction because obviously Nick's very well known. I think Ryan's like engaging with the fans, but he always makes sure to mock his opponents in some way. So he'll be doing his Rascalz shtick to mock the team he's going against. But no, and then obviously we're seeing this version of the Rascalz, obviously with Zach, who's now been there a while, but we've had one of our favorites that we've seen throughout and only made some brief appearances at TNA. And that's Myron Reed, who we always have been promoting. We want to see more of here in TNA. So seeing them as kind of a team as Trey recovers is good to see here. So good win, obviously. The former champs there, the team that defeated the Hardys. So that's a big win for the Rascalz.
It is. It really is. Yeah. Certainly sets them up in the future as a possible number one contender. We'll see. But yeah, Myron Reed and that, I don't know what you call that move. I think there's a name for it. He used the same thing in MLW back in the day. Not that long ago, but it feels like forever ago. He like does the like the bulldog like outside.
Oh, yes.
To the outside of the ring.
I think he calls it the flame on, the cutter on the outside, right?
Or cutter, yeah.
Yeah.
Cutter, yeah. Thank you. Man, that move just...
That's sick. Like, that's...
Yeah.
Like, we saw Bay do something like that on one of the shows. When you're doing something like that, going over the top rope and outside, it's just one of those things that looks like this could go so wrong in so many ways, it feels like. So when they hit it, it's like, wow. So yeah, because he's now hit that twice since he obviously in these matches. So that's obviously part of the repertoire. But yeah, it's a very sick looking move.
Yeah, and he's been doing that since I saw him in MLW back in before the 2020s. So great stuff. Great stuff. I can kind of compare that to like that's going to cause some serious damage someday. Like you look at like Hogan doing the leg drop to kill his spine. Man, he keeps doing this. Jeez.
I'll tell you, like, if there's one thing that you want to take away, I know we talked about the other night, the work smarter, not harder, brother.
Yeah.
Like it's like, hey, we all love the big moves, the big spots.
Yeah.
Still get them in when you need to, but you don't need to do them all the time.
Right.
Tell a story, use ring psychology. Don't always go to the well, man, because you don't want to shorten that career and you don't want to shorten that life. So work smarter, not harder, brother.
Yeah. And there's got to be a way that he does it, that he kind of rolls.
And that's the thing. Sometimes these things look sick, but they are taking precautions. Like some of them just say, it's just like a magician. They're able to hide their tricks. They're able to make it look right. But man, it's some of these other ones. You're like, how do you do it? And some of them are like, they're clean. Like some guys will go off the top rope and they're landing on their feet. Like they're doing now. Obviously, you're still putting something on those knees every time you do something like that.
Yeah.
But when you're falling and you are even bracing with the backside or the hip or something, you only got so many bumps. The bump card, it will get full.
It is, yeah. Over the years, it does. Yes, absolutely. But yeah, big win for the Rascalz. A lot of fun here. But then we come back from break, and the Nemeth brothers are still in the ring, and they're saying, "Hey, we didn't even lose at we didn't even get pinned at Slammiversary, so we want that rematch." And then they get into the whole, oh, let me tell you how much Rhode Island sucks and the food sucks and all the people suck, and I don't know. Just you're an East Coast guy, Bill.
I am.
Did you happen to partake in some of the local food there?
I did, J-Bone. Now I didn't do a lot.
Okay,
it was a fairly brief trip.
Give us a little taste of something.
And to be fair, I actually didn't stay in Rhode Island. I stayed in Connecticut. But you got to remember where they are in Rhode Island is just over the border.
Okay.
So Connecticut, and I told this on the Saturday show, not a lot of hotels in that area.
Right.
And the ones that were there were way up there, brother. It's funny, like another Greg who you see at a lot of the shows, he happened to be at a hotel like a little even further away than mine was, but we were both around like 30 plus minutes away, but it was just like 1 or 2 backcountry roads to get there. But yet that's where we were. But just where I did grab something to eat, once again, in that area, but closer to my hotel, was not the one from the movie, but one that was closer to me, Mystic Pizza 2 I had.
Oh.
So the same pizza, obviously, that would be at, but it's so now I'm a big fan of pizza I've had in Connecticut, but I did the New Haven trip and did like Sally's and Frank Pepe, and that's a very thin crust, well done. Now, the other part of Connecticut, like the Mystic Pizza, is more your New England style pizza, which they would also have in Rhode Island, which is more of your traditional pan pizza, but very light and airy.
Okay.
Very good. Very good. Very good. I was a fan.
Okay. So a thicker crust, but not so doughy.
Not so doughy.
Okay.
Like almost it reminds like, because I'm sure you were there with me, J-Bone, but like even an elevated version of like a 1988 dine-in Pizza Hut experience.
Oof. Okay.
Because back then pizza, like it wasn't heavy, but the pan style, but it was, and I remember there was a New England style pizza place called USA Pizza in like northeast Philly when I was like 10, and it was very reminiscent of that. So it kind of hit some of the nostalgia vibes for me.
Okay.
So I was a fan. Now, yeah, because around there, because I said this on the show, so like I said, it was about a half hour to get there, and when the show was over, nothing is open around the venue.
That's
like it was near 11. Everything's closed, so you could, unless you showed up early, you weren't enjoying any of the local stuff. But obviously, a lot of seafood, clam type dishes because you're just off the beach up there in Rhode Island. So seafood's king up in that area.
Okay.
But we know somebody that knows all about that, because it's his hometown, J-Bone. And that's who's not going to take people criticizing his hometown, the hometown man.
That's right.
Out and defend Rhode Island.
The hometown man looking like he just like walked off the set of Gilligan's Island. I loved it. That's not a knock. I loved it. I'm like, what is this guy?
He's ready for the beach, baby.
He's ready. He's about as touristy. It's like he's from there, but he looks about as touristy as you can get. He's got the Rhode Island shirt on. He's got the hat on. He's got the.
Well, he's all about that. That's what the hometown man is, J-Bone. He's about the hometown pop.
Yeah. He's on the coast. So yeah, there you go. But yeah, a lot of fun. He gets in their face, and of course, he's got the whole crowd in the palm of his hands. They're singing along, and the Nemeth finally there, like, no, you suck just as much as these people, and they start to beat down on him, and the Rascalz come and rescue him. So, just great stuff. Great stuff.
How about the crowd singing?
Yeah,
he's a hometown man.
Yeah, he got him going.
He's a hometown man.
Not the biggest audience, but he got him going. So that was impressive. Good to see. Good to see. Then we got
buy the shirt.
But yeah, there you go. Where's the mask, Bill? They got to sell the mask.
They're missing out on mask opportunities.
Right?
I'll tell you, if anybody showed you, like, what was it? As soon as Penta showed up in WWE, they were selling his masks, and they were just selling them like hotcakes, Johnny cakes, if you will.
Yeah.
I think the last mask. Well, Laredo would sell his mask at but that's like kind of through Laredo would sell some of his masks. Shows.
Yeah.
But I think the last official one may have been Tigre Uno.
That
had TNA merch.
Oh man, I don't know.
as a mask. But that's
That
like a
was
thing. Like more wrestling should. People love masks.
yeah.
The kids, for kids.
Do it for the
Technically,
kids.
like Sting had a mask,
Yeah.
but that was pre Tigre,
Yeah. Yeah, that's X Division, right?
Mm-hmm.
From like 2017? Or is it before that?
That might be near the end. Like I'm thinking, like his heyday was like maybe 2015.
Okay,
But
could be, yeah.
who knows? These are so long ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
10 years ago, we're talking, J-Bone. 10 years.
Wild. Yeah, different X Division back then. Different
You
stuff
were a wee
happening.
bone.
I was slightly better shape, but I wasn't weeabone.
You were about to start your YouTube ventures back then.
Yeah, there you go. Mike Santana, or no, sorry. Kaz is where are we at here? Kaz is cutting the promo.
Yeah, because he got the boot last week.
Yes. Oh, that's right. They showed. What's so funny is, like I said, when they showed that during the live show, it was all from a camera angle way up in the bleachers. I don't know if you watched that back, Bill.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what it looked like. And between Hogan and Anthem, yeah, Critical Sting. I think you're right on that one. Yeah, you're.
I wouldn't say dead period, but to a lot of the casuals and a lot of the wrestling community, I think people would now look back at that and say that's much better than they thought it was.
Yeah,
but that's because people didn't give it a chance back then.
Yeah. So I think what he's saying is the Billy Corgan period.
Yeah. That's the end of it. But even a little bit before that.
Yeah. Billy Corgan's time wasn't bad. He did what he could with it.
Well, once again, he was a voice, and then obviously he was a financial backer at the end there. But a voice. Yeah,
that's true.
Like, I wouldn't call it the Billy Corgan era. I think that's given too much. He was there.
Yeah,
but he wasn't running the whole show back then. That's a misinterpretation.
It wasn't really long enough.
He was part of that group with Lagana and was it Conway? There was a couple other people, but yeah, like he was a voice, and he was a strong voice on some stuff.
Yeah, he tried to keep that boat afloat. Yeah. But yeah, when Kaz got kicked out, and that was actually during a commercial break. So I'm guessing they showed the footage of it later in another segment. But during the commercial break, it was hilarious because, everyone's running around the ring and it's like, who is that? They're like this big on your screen. You're trying to figure it out. It's like, oh, that looks like Kaz. And then like, Daniel Spencer chases him off or whatever. It's funny. So Kaz wants revenge. I don't know what he's gonna do, but he wants revenge on them for something.
So-called king.
He still the uncrowned. Still,
he ain't getting no crown.
He's gonna have to go to Burger King.
There you go. They might give him one.
Yeah. With a Happy Meal or something. I don't know.
It's not a Happy Meal at Burger King. Come on,
wrong place. My bad.
It's a big kids meal.
Yeah. It ain't Checkers. All right.
Checkers.
Oh, we don't talk about Checkers.
We'll take you as a sponsor.
No. Checkers. No, because our audience will kill me. They'll kill it in a week. Like, what's your audience talking about? Nothing. Just don't listen to them. Mike Santana's next, comes out talking about his loss from Slammiversary. Very emotional. and swears that somewhere in the future he will become TNA World Champ.
I believe it.
Absolutely. I mean, it's like even with the loss, how can you not root for this guy? It's just everything he's gone through, that he's professed to over all these promos in the last 6 months to a year, whatever it's been now. Man, you want this guy on top. And he'll get it someday. He will. Just timing, So Billy Corgan was a rat in a cage. Still is from what I hear. Despite all his rage. Yeah. Jacy Jayne defending her title here against Masha Slamovich. Love this match. This is not how I thought this match was going to go. I was actually pretty surprised by the interference at the end.
Well, remember there was interference previously.
Well, there was. From Fatal Influence. They interfered again, tried to stop Masha.
A lot of shenanigans.
Yeah, it was. Fallon Henley was doing stuff. By the way, a lot of people in the chat earlier on live reaction, they were talking about Jasmine Nix's outfit. It's very.
It did stand out.
It almost looks like something out of a comic book. It's funny how it's like shaded. It's interesting. Yeah. Funny stuff.
Well, fashionista.
Something. But yeah, so Masha Slamovich actually gets the win here. And then
by DQ.
Yeah, because Ash interferes and actually hits Masha with the belt in the head. Holy crap.
Oh.
Hits her with the tag belt. But the best is Jacy Jayne standing outside the ring with both belts going, I'm still champ. It's like, oh my God. And of course, she did it all herself, right, Bill?
She did a good job. Good for her.
Because that's her thing lately, is when she's standing there with Fatal Influence at her side, she did it all herself. And they just kind of look at her like,
who knows? That's the thing. These mean girl groups, they tend to eventually collide.
Yeah. Well, something's gonna bite her in the end, I think. But we'll see. See how long it takes. So yeah, then Team Elegance comes out there, and then Xia Li.
Now you're acting like Santino and Jacy and everybody else has been calling her Xia Li the last couple of weeks.
I wrote down Xia/Lee because
you wrote it right, J-Bone. Right, that's probably why everybody else keeps messing it up lately. They're
right,
probably thinking that way.
Too different. I just rolled it together. Forgot my.
They were asking for this when they teamed them up.
Yeah, right. So yeah, Xia comes out. Lee comes out to come to Masha's aid, and Masha's mad as hell. She can't believe it. Of course, then there's a backstage segment. I don't remember when it happens. Is it right after this? I didn't write it down.
Oh, what after this?
I think it was right. I'm guessing it was right after this.
Yeah, there's the 'Bioflex update on KC.
Well, yeah, Case. So Casey can't get cleared.
And then
for
they
the
make
show.
the match official, Jacy versus Ash for
Yeah.
next week.
Yes. So Ash is ecstatic. Masha's pissed.
But the rest of Team Elegance is banned.
Right. Yeah. It's Santino's going to end up like me, Bill. He's going to end up bald by the end of this year with me. Yeah. He's just going to. He's going to
you know
lose
what?
it.
Since we just mentioned him, we probably should mention that Santino was in action on NXT this past Tuesday, J-Bone.
He was. I didn't watch it, but I saw that he was facing Ethan Page for the
Chandler Park.
the artist formerly known as Chandler Park. Chris Park's brother or cousin, one of the two.
Oh, there you go. J-Bone, this is just for you. Just a checkers guy.
Just a check. Oh, no.
Tell checkers you want the TNI show and them to collab more often. Maybe in the drive-thru.
Killing me. It's just
better than what you're normally killing, J-Bone.
Just, right? Killing
Rest
snacks.
in peace.
Oh, man.
Good thing that was before television cameras.
You're right.
No closed circuit TV of the Bone Man.
Nobody saw that. That was crap. Was that 92? 92.
Oh, it's grainy. It's grainy back then.
It is. No HD there. Just an excited kid that was shirtless, driving like a madman. Anyways. I just got a raise that day. That's why.
You were excited, J-Bone.
Yeah. The tunes were cranked, and the rest is history. Anyways. Bioflex injury report. Gia Miller, she had some head contusions, but she will be back next week. So.
Awesome.
Can't wait for her return. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. Maybe
missing Gia right now.
We are. I mean, Jabby.
Gia's a fixture on the program normally. We get so much Gia.
I said Jabby. Jiminy Christmas.
Jabby. Gabby putting in the work.
Gabby. Wrong pronunciation. She's doing great. It's going to be interesting.
She is like our modern day Goldilocks.
She is.
Just keep it together, J-Bone.
She's not quite as sassy.
No, you're right. Because but who knows now, J-Bone? Because that's when Goldilocks started getting into angles. She got more sassy, and now Gia's kind of in an angle right now. So I think she may, if we see like Revolver Gia, she'll go more than sassy, J-Bone.
Oh.
So just be on the lookout.
I've seen one or two interviews, and I can't remember who she was like backing as like a manager type.
Oh, I think it was like Mads Kruger from MLW and stuff. Like she goes there.
No, it wasn't him, but it was someone. But she, whoever she was with at the time was not in the interview, and they were gone. And she was actually talking against them. So I didn't catch the whole thing, but it's very interesting. And I was just like, but nonetheless, I never heard her speak like that before. And I was like, oh my God, is this the same person?
Dark Gia.
Yeah, it really is. But she's coming back next week is what it sounds like. Casey can't get cleared. I don't remember if they mentioned someone else or not.
Well, they mentioned that instead of the 6-man, it's just going to be tag 2-on-2.
Right. Yeah, so it'll be Moose and Eddie Edwards versus AJ and Trick. So,
Team ZNA.
ZNA coming back. That's our main event. But yeah, so Casey's not cleared. Doc won't clear him. He's got a brace on his knee, and man, AJ just letting him have it. He's like, we brought you in this week because we thought you could wrestle. He's like, yeah, I know. What are you gonna do?
Emotions are at a high right now.
And he told the Doc, he's like, give him a crutch and get his ass out there. And Casey's just upset. He's like, man,
Shades of the Program or Friday Night Lights.
Yeah.
Put the needle in him, Doc.
Yeah. Get him
out there.
Yeah. Great movie. I haven't seen that in forever. Great stuff. Oh, and then the Mara Sade promo. Oh man.
Oh. Look
and we talked about this earlier in the lollipop and everything. Ton of charisma. That's what I didn't mention earlier. Ton of charisma. Good stuff. She is absolutely going to be a star in this brand.
Yes. Like you see it, like you already see that. I know someone said earlier, like, how does WWE let someone like that go? And it's just one of the things when you're that big and you have that much talent at your disposal, you don't always have the space or the time to develop them all. We've seen, and like that works. And you got to be careful. Like, obviously, there's some people with more name recognition at times that people are like, oh, sign them. But that's how I always look at it. If they had a big platform and they didn't make it there or they weren't able to show enough, maybe it's the ones that you only saw little glimpses of that they just didn't get the opportunity. And by going to a TNA and getting that full opportunity, you might really get a winner that you can really build around. And I think they may have struck. I don't even think it, J-Bone. I know they struck gold with this signing.
There you go.
Like, there's some you see right from the beginning, and you're like, that's going to be a great signing. Like, for different reasons, this reminds me of like when they got Deanna. Like, because I already knew Deanna. I was much more versed in Deanna from her indie work.
Okay.
Because she was up in this neck of the woods. Right. So it's like, all right, yeah, like that's a very good signing.
Jersey, East Coast, yeah.
Yeah. But this is just, and they usually don't miss it when people have charisma, a look. That's normally what they bank on, and they'll kind of ride that as much as they can. So that they didn't go that way, it is surprising, because I remember, I think on one of our review shows when they were in that multi-knockout tag match for the titles, I thought they were coming out with the belts, and then like a week later she was released. So that shocked me. But I'm glad to see this now in TNA, and I'm hoping with some expiring contracts, maybe we see, like I know we talked about on Saturday too. Like, if we don't see Priscilla Kelly, it's just going to be shocking to me if we don't. But that's another one with a ton of charisma that I in ring I'm much more familiar with, because she was working all the indies before she went to NXT.
I think the artist formerly known as Gigi Dolan just did an interview with Saraya / Paige, aka Paige, for her podcast. I can't remember what it's called, but I just saw a clip. So yeah, go check that out. Might reveal something. We'll see.
You never know.
But yeah, knockouts. There's a lot of new faces, and a lot of these newer faces are international, so it's going to take a while for TNA to make, say, stars out of them.
Mhm.
But in the long run, man,
it's a limited amount of obviously TV time. So I think you'll see some tag teams probably form to help, like, to add into that division. That'll be an easier way to get people on TV. But yeah, I think you're kind of seeing it now. Like, you're going to see the wave here in the for the Knockouts title, but I think you're going to start seeing some new contenders develop pretty soon.
Yeah,
we'll see. Some of them might happen a lot sooner than we think.
But that is, and I've said this a bunch of times, that is one thing that this brand has always been able to do is make stars. You know,
You got to do it. Hey, if you've been around this long, then you're able to do it.
Yeah.
And you can't depend on just go and spending, because you can't outspend everybody. There's one company that can really do that. There's one, but TNA used to be that. It's like, hey, throw big money contracts at every free agent, but eventually that comes back to bite you. It might not happen in 6 months. It might not happen in a year. It might not happen in 2 years. But eventually, bills become due. And you can only kick the can so far down the road before then you start needing to be making cuts elsewhere. Like, people are willing to lose money for so long until they're not.
Well, and the brand needs to make money consistently too. And that's one thing that this brand is finally starting to do, it feels like, with the, the amount of people they're putting in.
The attendance, things like that.
Yeah.
But a lot of it, like, and it goes back to even TNA's heyday. Like, the Spike TV deal was their big money deal. They lost that deal. And then all of a sudden, these contracts they had to pay, that's an issue.
Starts drying up.
Yeah, like obviously WWE, they got that next Netflix money. They still got distribution money from USA. Like, there's still stuff out there. But you look at it, like, the landscape can change. Like, the other company, AEW, with the Warner Brothers Discovery, they're splitting Warner Brothers and Discovery now. If that's not the biggest con game of all time, what Warner Brothers Discovery did, they just put all their bad assets in one brand to probably go bankrupt at some point by splitting it up. And that, who knows what kind of see, that's the whole risk. That's why when Anthem came to the table for TNA, it was like, own the station you're on. Like, that's great. Like, I know that limits you in some ways by viewers, but now you're at the whim of these TV stations. But luckily, Dixie was always able to pivot and get on something, even if it was small networks at the time. But that's what you need to do, because if not, you're one cancellation away from a company not existing anymore. And that's usually what happens. It all has to do with these. Now, it's a different landscape than it was years ago, but it's still very important.
Yeah.
So whatever deal TNA gets, it needs not only be a good financial deal, but you want the right partner. You just don't want money.
Right.
You want someone that's going to back you, someone you can rely on, someone that's not just going to consider you a tax write-off if times get tough.
Right. You need something that's going to, like, support you, It's going to help.
And that's what Anthem Access TV has been, because that is like, they're the owners. They're going to look out for their own product.
Right.
Are you going to get that kind of support? Probably not. That's asking too much, because it's your own company. But you want to get something that's strong. You want a strong partnership.
Yeah.
So hopefully, like, in the end, you don't pick that one that's giving you $1 more, but maybe you're not, like, hopefully there's some, like, people there, you have relationships, you're not just going after the almighty dollar.
Yeah.
Because that could backfire.
Yeah. So, but yeah, and I think it's just, it's around the corner. I think it's going to come sooner than we think. Yeah.
Synergy.
The
word of the day.
Say it loud. Oh God. Good stuff. Now, the Order 4 comes down to the ring, and they're having a celebration.
For what?
I don't know what they're celebrating, but it's, Ali's starting to sound like a politician again. He's like, oh, these outsiders have all the belts and are made belts, and it's got to change. He goes, it's time for a change. And if you want that change, if you want those titles to come back to TNA, then I'm the man for the whatever, I'm the man for the job. Oh, okay. So what Mustafa Ali is saying, he wants to join the Knockouts division, is what I'm hearing.
Is that what you heard?
That's loud and clear. It's, oh, okay. You go, girl. No, I'm kidding. But he talks. He introduces his new muscle. Introduces him as Agent Zero. I wasn't ready for that.
Ready for Agent Zero?
I was like, okay, but that's Bill Collier.
William Trudeau.
Yeah, right. So yeah, and I wrote down world title ? Because so far, up until the main event when we actually got Moose pinning the champ, just telling my cat to shut up. It seems like we got a couple people bidding for that first shot post Slammiversary at Trick Williams. So Mustafa Ali's
he made the call out. He wants that. He wants to get that. He wants to claim the world title back.
Yeah, he's throwing his hat in the ring for that one. And hey, that's great. I can't wait to see it.
Throw the hat in the
ring. Bill, are you throwing your hat in the ring? Is that what you're saying?
Never the Carlos hat.
Never the
stays close.
Carlos will say, "What are you doing to my hat, Bill? You keep that on your head. You stay in your seat. You stay front row." So yeah. So somewhere down the line, I think we're gonna get a Mustafa Ali title shot. What do you think, Bill?
I could see it. Usually when somebody puts out a world title challenge, it usually does eventually get a payoff. Now, could it be a payoff on a weekly show? Could it be on a plus special? Yes. Because we know, like, obviously, I think if you ask the TNI fam right now in the chat, I think a lot of them are going to say they expect that title match right now to be Mike Santana one-on-one. But we'll see. I've gone that way where I think booking long term is going to result in this match. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah. So far, Agent Zero is not on the roster page.
No Agent Zero. Well, maybe not until he gets in a match.
That's possible.
Are you telling me Mr. Hughes wasn't available?
Right.
Give me the roughneck.
But for some reason, Ace Steel is still on the roster page.
Oh, Ace Steel. Come on. Get him off the roster page.
Look, he was
like, he's there, but
right.
Like, he was probably put on there during that thing with Joe Hendry, which I'll still never understand.
Yeah.
That was Chicago. And I get it. Like, hey, you're going for like a pop, but it didn't really make sense, that storyline. But obviously there's a lot of people that do stuff, and you occasionally see him. Like, he occasionally comes out in some segments to kind of break some stuff up. But Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, Alpha Bravo, but he's actually got a very important position in the company.
Well, a lot of them do. A lot of them do.
Yeah.
I'm not going to slight anyone behind the scenes.
No.
But I don't know. Like, but obviously he did have an on-screen role during that. But obviously we know Delirious has a big role. Tommy Dreamer, but Tommy does show up on camera still enough. But like Artie Evans, the former barrister.
Yeah.
I don't know how many. Like I don't pay attention, I guess, to the roster page for how much those people have kind of played roles in that.
Yeah.
But
well, I noticed that someone that I haven't seen in quite a while is back in the company. I don't know exactly when, but a significant production guy, and I can't think of his name. He was in the Fade to Black special a lot. Had the hat on. He was real prominent years ago. Went away to AEW. Now he's back.
okay. Trying to think of who that is.
He was one of the bigger names in production.
Okay. Good question there, J-Bo.
I can't remember. But he was in the Fade to Black special. He was wearing the hat. He was backstage in some of those segments towards the end of the special.
Gotcha.
Fancy hat guy. Yes.
The fancy hat guy.
Yes. Yes. Guy with the fancy hat. Yes. And he talked like this. No, I'm kidding. just a normal sounding Joe.
Normal sounding Joe.
Yeah. And Joe, I don't think that was his name, but anyways. Next, so while you're thinking about that, Callahan is having his interview with Tom Hannafin. Tom Hannafin always kills it with these interviews. Basically trying to get a feel for what's in the future, what's on Callahan's mind. You know, what is he thinking? How is he feeling?
J-Bo, did we skip that Ali said his name and he appeared?
Oh, Hendry came out. My bad.
You can't bury the lead here.
No,
I'm all about promoting Tom Hannafin on all, but we got to talk about Joe Hendry first.
I didn't write down Hendry. My bad.
Because he did say his name when he was after he mentioned the world title. He talked about the guy that lost that world title.
Yes.
And then
and then the music hits, and then he's like, "Oh, jeez, yeah." He was always So it's okay. So it sounds like we might get. I don't know if we're getting this next week. We're getting Hendry versus Ali.
That's what it seems like.
Okay. Because my first thought it was going to be an Emergence thing, but we'll see. Baby. Maybe they'll turn it into like a number one contender thing.
Yeah, it's next week. It's next week.
Like whoever wins will face the winner the champ that walks out of Emergence.
It's possible. Like TNA doesn't usually do that. Like, except they did it for Ash with the Battle Royal.
Yeah.
Like naming the future number one, like how I keep saying, like Indi by beating Tessa at Slammiversary. Now, see, that's where you were throwing me off here. That's who I thought you meant. Eric Tompkins has been there the whole time.
Oh, has he?
Yeah.
Who am I thinking of then?
You're thinking of, I think, Kevin Sullivan, who went to AEW. And a lot of the people did. Tompkins is the one that stayed.
Oh, okay.
Like, he left briefly, like, years ago. Like maybe around 15 during that era where it looked like it was going to go.
Yeah.
Like, he left then, but yeah, he's the one that stayed.
Oh, okay.
When that whole crew left for AEW.
I must be thinking of someone else then.
Because I actually specifically talked to Eric about this. And he's like, before Slammiversary, it's like I talked to him before the show went on and just saying, hey, great job, like to get to here. And like he stayed for that moment pretty much. Like it's his show. Like he's the guy there. So yeah. But and kudos to him. You barely see him on camera ever. But that's why in a backstage thing you'll see a lot of him. But that's why you really haven't noticed it, because you wouldn't see him unless you see him there like at. But even if you're at the show, unless it's before the show, you're really not going to notice him even if you go to a live event, because he's behind.
Okay. But yeah, that's who I thought was,
But yeah, he's obviously involved in a lot of that. The thing you would see, like, even back years ago, like, he would be running around sometimes, like, overseeing some of, like, the production stuff that was going on. Like, if someone was filming something, sometimes you'd actually see him kind of trailing as well. So he's definitely involved with a lot. But, yeah, no, big fan of Eric Tompkins. Big fan.
Yeah. Stephen Patrick says, I think that they'll have a new TV deal that'll start in the fall, most likely A&E or one of the Paramount networks. Well, yeah, and that's one thing that Carlos Silva has said in interviews is that, even if they do get the deal this fall,
probably won't be till next year.
It'll probably start next year.
Yeah, it will get announced in the fall, but then probably debut sometime January.
And depending on who it's with, it might. I know the goal is to go live every week, but they said that may not even happen immediately, because that takes a lot of work.
And I think you got to be careful with that. Yeah. I know a lot of dirt sheets run with that kind of headline, but that's the people asking questions, feeding that story about, oh, would you like to go live every week? Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
If that's what the deal entails. But going live every week, very expensive. So you better be getting a commensurate deal that would pay for something like that.
Right.
So like if they get paid to go live every week, then so be it. But I still think it will wind up being more live with this deal. But that might be, at most, I'm thinking every other week. Like where you do a week, you put a week in the can. But it might be live week. It might be once a month live for a weekly show. Like I think there's a lot of options that could be there, because right now they go kind of live quarterly for TV, but then do a live special every month as well.
Yeah.
So could that result in at least one more? Yeah. Like it could, but it could be weekly. It could be, especially if it's with one of like the WWE main partners. Like the bigger the network, the more likely they go that amount live.
Right. So yeah, we'll see. It's the future's wide open. The company's been doing nothing but growing. The crowds have been great, and it's stuff specifically like with Slammiversary was all aimed at showing other networks like, hey, look at this growth. Look at what we're capable of doing.
And like I say, hey, like, yeah, there has been growth substantial. But, hey, if you have a difference of opinion on it right now, like especially like Terrence, and I know Terrence is he's a TNA diehard guy.
Oh, sure.
But same thing with Bell's Boy earlier with some of the angles. Like, if you're not liking where that's going, and some of it, like I said, I think some of it you got to look at because I think it is looking forward to some of these things. Like this NXT angle is a big thing. And anytime you're doing something with another company, and I know Bell's Boy was saying the same thing, hey, look at end results of these relationships. They don't work out well. And that's true. That's a fact. A lot of times when you partner up with other companies for these storylines, someone's not happy in the end. There's always a bad breakup, it seems, because one side feels like they have to get the better out of the other. It's tough to be equal partners, but it can happen. It can happen. And especially here, like you're looking at it, like they're working with WWE here to help them get a better deal. So you're going to be seeing a lot. Like that's what obviously WWE is getting something out of this. TNA is getting something out of this. But right now you're getting their two main champions. Well, 2 out of 3. because you can say Obafemi as well. But to me, and we had this conversation, J-Bone, not a shot against Obafemi, but I think Trick Williams is a star, is their biggest star. And I know that was a lot of complaints early in this relationship. Where's the big names? Where's the big stars from NXT?
Yeah.
Why aren't we getting them? I think Trick Williams is by far the biggest star on the NXT roster.
Yeah.
And he's our champion.
Yeah, he is.
And Jacy Jayne is their champion.
Yeah.
So, like, that's that. And the big issue, obviously, we didn't say with AEW, they almost never mention the relationship on their own program. Yeah. And it's a half TNA show when I watch NXT.
It is. There's a lot.
Now, I watch TNA when I know there's a heavily featured TNA angle match for the most part. But when you have a guy wearing our belt that much on there, I give that. But once again, I get if you're not happy with that too, because that's the part of that's what this angle should be making you feel.
Right. Yeah. Because
like you should be pissed off Mike Santana didn't win.
You're angry at the enemy.
Off somebody else is winning.
The enemy. Yeah. Exactly.
But that's what they're doing here. Yeah. It's about emotion.
Right.
It's about really getting people like that's why you want to tune in. You want to see these guys get their comeuppance.
It's telling that story. It's telling that story of, oh man, we lost the title. The enemy's invaded. We got to get it back. What are we going to do? How are we going to do it? And that's what's happening.
Heck, you get the system turning face to deal with an issue like this.
Yeah.
About the brand, baby.
It's a little confusing because Moose is the one that put Callahan in the situation he's in.
Yeah, we talked about that. So now we can get to that, J-Bo.
Yeah. But yeah, so the Callahan in his interview with Tom Hannafin talking about his future, like where's your head at? What are you feeling? We've seen you on TV a lot. We know you're also behind the scenes. Callahan is he's like, I am 100% want to stay with this brand. He's like, I just don't know if my time in front of the camera is coming to an end soon. So I guess he's one of the writers in the back, helps out with whatever. So the question is, what is in the future? Callahan really wants to test himself, and so he at Emergence apparently he wants to face Santana, so he's throwing out the challenge. Mm-hmm. He's like, I want to face Santana at Emergence, and if I win, I'll keep doing. Maybe I'll start some big, huge lost weight plan, and get back in shape, whatever. He's like, but if I can't beat a guy like Mike Santana, who's like, practically on top of it, he's like, I'll walk away and I'll leave my boots in the ring. And it's like, whoa.
It's going there.
That's heavy stuff. Heavy. There's that word again.
Heavy. Is there something wrong with the Earth's gravitational pull, J-Bo?
What? I love it. Shout out to Daniel Spencer's favorite movie.
We all love Back to the Future,
right?
Good stuff. I know Daniel Spencer. He's a big fan.
Yeah, he is. So
there's a big OVW night. No Daniel Spencer tonight.
Yeah,
unless he's just lurking in the back.
Could be. As far as I know, the match hasn't been made official yet. It's not on the
it's not official.
The Emergence card page, but it sounds like it's going to be one of them.
Does.
And it's going to be a very emotional match. It's going to be the fight of Callahan's life. Yeah. It's not even for a title. It's not. It's do or
for
die.
More than a title, J-Bone.
It's his career.
Yeah. It could be for the livelihood. So it's gonna be interesting.
So we'll see. I mean, I know Callahan, in my opinion, is still a tremendous mind in the game of professional wrestling. ton of
It's all
charisma.
about the game. It's all about the game.
It's and how you play it. Uh, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, it'll be interesting if they make that like. I know he's saying that, but if they go into that with that kind of stipulation, like actually advertise, like
Yeah.
if Callahan loses, like loser leaves town, retirement match, like it'll be interesting to see if that gets any official designation when it is announced. And that's probably why it hasn't been announced yet. So
yeah. Yeah. And part of me is like, oh, damn it, Moose. You know?
Moose just throws the grenade and leaves.
Yeah. Yeah. He's just holding the pin, just spinning it on his finger. Like, aha. You know. Summon a gun. Speaking of Moose.
Speaking of.
Main event time. Moose and Eddie Edwards with Lish out there. Lish looking like a Vegas show dancer.
She got geared up.
She did. Wow. I was pleasantly surprised. I was like, what is she? I'm like, is she getting in the ring? What is she doing? She looked great, though. She looked great. Moose and Edwards out there versus AJ Francis and Trick Williams and Casey Navarro kind of pulling up the rear with the crutches, you know.
Doc got him out there.
Yeah, he's out there. He is present. He is present and accounted for. But yeah, what did you think of the main event, Bill?
Wow, a lot going on in this main event, J-Bone. With First Class, and you know me, I'm a big Moose guy, longtime Moose guy.
Yes, you are.
But I've embraced First Class as well. So, as always, TNA is always putting a lot of my interests against each other. So that was the case on the main event here. But kind of seeing what's going on here, but there had to be something that went wrong, and just to add fuel to the fire, we saw it earlier. Like KC already kind of walking that thin ice with both AJ and Trick.
Yeah.
He gets involved in the finish here by inadvertently, we think, hitting Trick with the crutch. And Moose taking full advantage and getting the pin on the TNA champ.
Yeah.
And you know what that means, J-Bone. Title shot, baby.
Main event time. Main event for Emergence. Hell yeah. So yeah, well, I can't wait to see the fallout from this. I'm really curious. Yeah, Mayor saying he might have to find some other way to make that money. Casey Navarro is gonna still come up to you and be like, hey, help me out with this money thing. And Bill goes, remember, it goes like this.
Money.
But yeah, yeah, we'll see. It almost makes me feel like that the injury's not legit, you know. But we'll see. We'll see. You know, kind of like Orton and the cast, you know.
Old Ace.
Yeah, old Bob.
The loaded cast. He's been wearing that cast for 40 years.
Yes. still wearing it. Still beating his
Need a better
son
doctor,
over.
brother.
He's Randy comes home for holidays. Crack. Oh, God, come on, Bob. Oh, but yeah, so we'll see where this goes. I can't wait to see. Great match. Really interesting to see Moose get the win here. And it could have been either one. I would have been happy with it. You know, either Eddie or Moose. Because, you know, one's the heart and soul of the company. The other one's the face that runs the place. So we'll see.
Yeah, you got the long timers there. You got and Lish on the outside. These are individuals that have now been in TNA a very long time. Like they're the foundation of TNA. Them, Rosemary, like ones that have really put in the time. That they are like, if we're going NXT TNA, they should all be very visible in this because they are the brand. Like, yeah, there are some other ones that have ties, maybe more recently in focus, but if you're really going at, like, they're the ones that have been there, like they should be the ones making a big impact in the storyline.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so Miss Moose, it's gonna be Christmas. I need a nap.
Yeah, watch out, J-Bone. Watch your mouth. Watch your tongue. Moose watches the show, J-Bone.
I know.
He won't take kindly to that.
Miss Moose. No, Mr. Moose. Moose
That's
gets the pin.
The wrestling god.
He is. We love him. You love him a little more, but we love him. He gets the pin on the world champ, Trick Williams. So Trick Williams is going to have quite the lump on his head. And the
shape of a cane, shape of a crutch.
Yeah. It's
pardon me.
Pardon me. He's going to be doing a lot of that next week, I think. Pardon me. You know, kind of like Rodney Dangerfield. Get no respect. So yeah, great show. We got Emergence in 2 weeks. It's starting to come together. We got some great headlining esque matches. We'll see. Anything else, Bill?
No, it's coming together. Emergence, the road to Bound for Glory. We got a lot going on. It's a fun time. Like I said, like, hey, I know when you're, like I said, when you're going this storyline and they're going all in with it right now. We saw a lot of it tonight. I think you're going to keep seeing it. The NXT versus TNA. It's going to get emotions high. It's going to get people on both sides. So, but that's what happens in one of these. And then in the end, I'll give you a spoiler. TNA is going to win. And all will be well. But when and how, to be determined. And that's the fun. So we'll get there. But and who knows? Like I said, like if you told me a couple months ago the system would be a face group, I didn't see that coming.
Right. Yeah.
But will they be a face group until this is over? And then they go back? I think that could happen too.
Yeah, we'll see about that. It's
means to an end.
It's all about the battle right now. The battle for
bringing
the belts back. Yeah,
bringing the belts back, no matter the cost. You got to bring them back.
So yeah, but yeah, that's going to do it for this week. I want to thank everyone for joining, especially on the live reaction. I was pleasantly surprised to see the numbers. Highest numbers I've ever had for a TV episode live reaction. So thank you guys. Thank you so much. Yeah. Highest numbers ever. Usually I'm pleasantly surprised if I'm doing somewhere between 100 to 150, and we came out over 300 this time. Blew me away. So thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, keep it
Very
up.
Nice.
Appreciate
the TNA interest is there, so we love to see it. That's what it's all about.
And that's
when we do well. Like, hopefully you enjoy the content. You're having a good time. You're hanging out with the TNI guys.
Right.
But that us having any kind of success is because TNA's having it. So, so that's a great sign. So that's good to hear. Yeah. I know, obviously, from the review of Slammiversary, last week's review, the separate phenomenal experience we did on Saturday did pretty well. So great. So that's a good run. So once again, thanks everyone coming for tonight. No matter how you saw the show, and hopefully if you're now watching this live, you've now seen the Thursday episode of Impact, and now you're seeing our thoughts on it. And let us know if you weren't here live. If you were here live, we really appreciate it, because without you guys here as we go on, that's no fun. Just it's great to hear talking with J-Bone. Always a fan of conversing with my buddy, but yet we want everyone's opinion. It's a
Oh
group,
yeah,
it's a group
yeah.
thing.
Good or bad. It's like,
Yeah,
you know,
positive or
we
negative, and we see it here. We see it both ways. And hey, and I get it. I get it. Like I could have, as we talked about with Slammiversary, if they went Mike Santana, I would have liked that too. I would have been like, hey, that's great. But in my personal opinion, I think they took the right route because I'm about to chase. I'm always going to go for the chase.
right.
And I think right now, I could see them developing this NXT TNA angle, and I'm a fan for it. I think a lot of us are still just a little bit torn because of the AEW version of this, which was not good. So I can see the bitter taste of going down an angle like this. So I totally get it. But I think we got to let this one give it like so far. I've been impressed with it. It was a little slow, but I think now you're really seeing it. And once again, I give a lot of that to Trick because, like I said, with the softball game, what I'm seeing at the shows, he is so embraced his role. He feels like a member of the roster.
Oh yeah.
It's not just they fly him in for games. He feels like he is a member of the roster.
Which is great to see, you know.
Yes, and that's what I appreciate when I see people that really embrace it. And he's not even an official roster member, but he's embracing like the TNA of it all. That's what I like. So that's why I've embraced, like, even though I'm a TNA guy, so you would think I'd just be like, it's all about bringing the belt back, regardless of the cost, like a lot of the roster. I do see the benefits too.
Oh sure.
And in the end, he's going to lose the belt. But then I look at it, once he loses the belt, Trick's gone. We're not seeing him anymore.
Trick's gone, and it's just another feather in his cap. He's gonna end up in the main roster.
Yeah, the more Trick content we have, the more our library is enhanced. Because, like I said, I have very high expectations of his future.
Oh yeah, Trick is killing it right now. Yeah,
like he may main event WrestleMania.
He is a future main eventer, absolutely. Yeah, I look at Trick Williams and I see Booker T from late '90s. Okay,
you're not wrong. Like I said, he has the look a lot, like we were talking about with our latest knockout signing. It's very similar. Like he's got the look, he's got the charisma. Like and like I said, he can do some stuff in the ring. At like he's a bigger guy, and the thing you can't underestimate is he's already got in that machine. He's got the song, the chant. That's such a big thing. Like
that's huge.
He can show up there, and the whoop that trick would be going through any building he's in, and that could be 10,000, 20,000, 40,000, 60,000 people doing whoop that trick.
100,000.
So like that's huge. That's huge.
So yeah. The future is bright. It's only going to get better. We're on a roll, and we love covering it. So if you dig our content, we appreciate it. Come along for the ride because we're having a blast doing it.
Come on, get happy.
Right, just like the song says. So on our way out, make sure you check out the links in the description, the socials. Check out the membership page. We want that to grow too, and it's a great way to help support the brand. Like if you're on a limited budget and you're not like some of the weekly contributors that we've had recently. So keep that in mind. But if you do anything, we appreciate is smash that like button, smash that sub button, ring that bell for notifications. It all helps us grow one person at a time.
Yeah, and speaking of that, like even if you are, because I know a lot of people here are part of the TNA pages, the subreddits, the discords, like our very own Discord. If you're in these other places and want to get more of that discussion going, because we know there's more places than there used to be for TNA talk, which is great. It's expanded, but it's still not as prevalent as other companies out there with all the places to discuss it. So feel free to share our links, our information, our Discord, wherever you like. But same thing on the socials. Feel free to share any of the content if you like it, and hopefully you can get even more TNA fans, or as we've always liked to see, NXT fans, WWE fans. Hey, even people from other promotions, because there's enough crossover where a lot of these performers have appeared in all these brands. We'll still talk about it here. Like, obviously, this is the thing that's unique about TNI. We are TNA only. Like, that's our focus. Like, we don't go off brand. Like, we'll connect some things, but it isn't like we don't, like, it's not like a thing where they don't exist. Like, we acknowledge there because there's been connections to all these brands. Like, we've seen like an MLW partnership, AEW partnership, AAA partnership, NOAH. Like, all these companies have played roles in TNA. So NWA. Same thing here. So they could all become there because a lot of our, so feel free, like, even if you're not TNA. But I always say with this company, a lot of opinions over the years have been formed by not watching the product. I think once you watch the product, give it a chance, just like anything else, and see. I think you might like, because I think it does offer a nice combination of a lot of different things. Like, you'll get some of your in-ring product if that's what you're there. You do get storylines. You'll get some comedy. You'll get a little bit of everything, which that's usually what they've been about since this company started. Sometimes they veer more in one direction over the other, but it's definitely, I think, is trying to appeal to a mass audience without being maybe too heavy-handed in one aspect. So definitely check it out. Feel free to go through old content. That's why the app's great. You can pretty much get almost anything from the company's history at this point on the app. So see what you like. Like, maybe it is looking at some old content that gets you interested, but definitely check it out and go on the journey, because it is going to keep growing as we're seeing with the houses they're getting. They're continuing to grow this brand to we just had the biggest house in the company's North American history. So that's great to see. So join us on our TNA journey as we head towards Bound for Glory. But first, Emergence.
Emergence in 2 weeks. So the card's building, and so is the channel. So all right. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you down the road soon. And make sure you check out Team TNI UK on Wednesdays leading into our show on Thursday nights. So much love, everyone. Take care. We'll see you.